In a quiet countryside stood an old, abandoned convent street, Mercy's Monastery. It had been shut down decades ago after a terrible incident that no one dared to speak of. Locals whispered of strange noises coming from inside, eerie chants echoing at night, and a shadowy figure in a nun's habit seen walking the darkened halls. But Daniel didn't believe in ghost stories. He was a documentary filmmaker looking for the truth, and this place was his next project. Dust swirled in the dim light as he ventured deeper. Then, he saw it, a faded portrait of a nun, hanging crookedly on the wall. Her hollow eyes seemed to follow him. The nameplate below had been scratched out, but one word remained: Sister Agnes. A sudden chill ran down his spine as he heard something behind him, soft footsteps, dragging against the cold floor. "Hello," he called out, but his voice felt swallowed by the silence. Then came the whisper, "Leave." The flashlight flickered. The air turned icy. Daniel turned to run, but the hallway now stretched endlessly in both directions. His breathing grew rapid as he tried to retrace his steps. That's when he saw her. A figure in a tattered nun's habit stood at the end of the corridor, head tilted at an unnatural angle. Her face was pale, her lips cracked and stitched together with black thread. Her hollow eyes leaked thick, black tears. She raised a trembling hand and pointed at him. Daniel stumbled backward, his camera shaking in his grip. The nun's body lurched forward, moving in broken, jerky motions, her feet never touching the ground. The stitches on her lips began to snap one by one, revealing a gaping, blackened mouth. "Heaven abandoned me," she rasped. Daniel ran, his heartbeat thundering in his ears. He reached the exit, shoving the heavy doors open, only to find himself back in the same hallway, facing the Cursed Nun once more. Her whisper turned into a blood-curdling scream as she rushed toward him. The camera fell to the ground. The next morning, the locals found it lying in the monastery's entrance, covered in dust as if untouched for years. The footage showed Daniel walking in, but never walking out. And in the final frame, just before the camera cut to static, the nun stood behind him, smiling,